In focus now, Vice Admiral Robert Harward, member of George W. Bush's National Security Council, also served as a U.S. Navy SEAL in Iraq and Afghanistan. Sir, good to see you this morning. Look, it sounds like we're looking at that live video. I don't know if where you're sitting you can see this, but seeing Beirut on fire after getting struck over and over and over, the capital of Lebanon, the talk about perhaps direct talks reining in Hezbollah. What are your immediate thoughts about what we're accomplishing here?
Look, it's unprecedented destruction of military power of not only Iran, but its surrogates as Hezbollah. I was struck by the announcement by the government of Lebanon 2 days ago, where they're in the fight against Hezbollah as well. And they made a public declaration that any offensive operations conducted by Hezbollah was illegal. So they've turned on Hezbollah as well, which is a challenge in Beirut itself. So I think all fronts are coalescing in this fight against Iran and their surrogates.
Talk to me from your perspective as a Navy SEAL, what it means to put those ships by Iran at the bottom of the sea. There's so much talk about oil and the Strait of Hormuz, but I want to get the history and what it means when you can put our kind of military might in that region, because we are hearing that that is a possibility, that they'll protect ships and get things going again.
Without a doubt, and that's what we've built our military force to do. But to see it in action at this scale is just makes you very proud to be an American and proud of the investment in our armed forces and the people who serve. They're willing to put their lives at risk for long-term peace, security, and stability, and that's the end objective here. Iran's been building up this force for 47 years. They've used it to strike other countries in the region, to kill our people, to develop nuclear weapons, and now we're saying no more. That's come to a halt. Now the question becomes, how do we get to the point where they will not reconstitute that, but when the fighting's over, ensuring there's a government that's not focused on rebuilding that offensive, but building peace, security, and stability? That's the big question.
Yeah, and creating a window for there to possibly be a regime change, because that is kind of the byproduct of all of this. It may not be forefront, but it's the byproduct to give those people on the ground a chance to take their country back. I want to get to this. Wall Street Journal editorial board is calling out those who say the United States should end this war after less than 2 weeks. Here's part of it, quote, "Is it time for the president to call off the bombing and declare victory? You'd think so, judging by the panic in Washington as the price of oil spikes. Allies agree on the need to end the threat from Iran's regime, which can be done by removing it or, second best, its capabilities. Trump doesn't need the regime to fall to call Operation Epic Fury a success, but stopping now amid some short-term economic discomfort would be a victory for the mullahs." Your reaction?
That's exactly right. You can't stop now. If we were to stop now, it's a victory for the regime. They would only be more empowered and would reconstitute. They go back to building more missiles, get back on their nuclear program. We need a government in Iran that will not pursue those offensive capabilities and be a threat to their partners and us in the region. And so we've got to stay in the fight till we accomplish that. So this short-term pain that we're suffering, spiking oil prices, the threats, I think that's going to dissipate in the very near future. And then we can focus on the longer-term objectives, what the next government in Iran will look like and how they will act.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you on the economy. I don't know about those threats. I mean, we have millions of people who are not vetted who are in this country, and we're already seeing a higher alert for terrorism. Their thirst to kill us is unending. But I'm just praying we'll be ready.
Harris, you've hit it. That's indicative of how bad a problem this had become. That we would allow Iran not only to threaten in the regions, but establish networks in the United States, and we have to protect that. That's completely unacceptable. So we've got to eradicate all of those components, and all of those are linked to the government of Iran.
Vice Admiral Harward, thank you. Good to have you.